What's going on, baby? Happy freaking Monday. I freaking love Mondays. Let's go. Yeah, Instagram on. Let's go, baby. High energy today. High energy. What's going on, Instagram? Happy freaking Monday. Today, guys, on episode 93, we're going to be talking about building authority in your own life. You guys are just tuning in. Make sure you guys are tagging a friend that needs to hear this message about building authority. I'm super stoked for today, guys. Freaking Monday. We're blessed. I woke up today. Yeah, I'm in a lot of pain, but I still woke up. I actually just started watching. I'm going to say this as I type the title of today's episode. I just started watching Grey's Anatomy. For those of you guys just tuning in, what's going on, Evan? Happy freaking Monday, brother. I'm typing the title of today's episode, but I just started watching episode 93. I just started watching Grey's Anatomy with my girlfriend yesterday. And I'm one of those guys I've never seen that show. I've saw episodes here and there, but we just started. And, watching that show, like watching someone come in with like 7 nails in his head because he passed out falling down the stairs with a nail gun, and then them looking more into his case and they found out he has a tumor and he only has 5 to 10 years to live if they can successfully remove the tumor, made me realize, holy fuck, I'm super grateful for the life that I have. Like, guys, you guys do not understand that your life could be over whenever God deems it. Like, it's not on your time. You're not in control. You're in control of certain things in your life, but you're literally not in control of when your last moments are. And that's something that we all have to understand this, myself included. I get overzealous and I miss the point that every day is a blessing. And that's why I'm very big on gratitude. Like, if you guys are going throughout your day and you're super stressed, something happened at work and you're just feeling depressed or for whatever reason, take a minute to yourself. I just watched a speech of Steve Harvey, and he said this. He said, if you're feeling super stressed and it's 1:00 in the afternoon, take a couple minutes to yourself, right? And write down things you're grateful for. Put yourself in the driver's seat, in the captain's seat of your own car, of your own train or your ship or plane, whatever you want to call it. And that's very important to be grateful. I love Mondays, man. Mondays fire me the fuck up. Episode 93, we're building authority, guys. We're going to be talking about building authority today. Building authority. I always have a hard time with this because I do it in all caps. Authority. I just want authority, not authorization. Building authority. Boom. Awesome. So we're going to set up right here. We got Facebook. We got Instagram. If you guys are just tuning in, whether on Facebook or Instagram, pretty soon I'm going to have YouTube and TikTok. We're going to have 4 different streams here, but for now we just got Facebook and Instagram. If you guys are just tuning in, tag somebody that needs to hear this message, needs to hear the message of building authority in your own life. And we're going to specifically talk about building authority when in regards to speaking about your fitness goals and when in regards to your eating habits and, even things like spending habits and your relationships and things with business and work. Like, when you can build an authority in your life and take responsibility to be the motherfucking one, to say, wow, it is all on me if I'm not authoritative, in my own shoes. Because if you're not authoritative in your own shoes, people are going to walk on you. Your goals are going to be pushed, to the back of your priority list. You're going to procrastinate on your goals, and you're going to keep living the same day over and over and over again. Like, one thing I never understood with people is, I'm just going to wait, or, now's just not the right time. It's never the fucking right time. Like, you guys don't understand. It will never be the fucking right time. Ever, ever, ever. And, like, in order to commit to yourself, you just have to, like, have the balls one day to say, I'm fucking sick of this. I'm sick of doing the same shit, feeling the same way, not being confident, fucking hating myself. I'm not happy. I'm going to change. Like, I'm going to invest into myself and commit to myself to make a change. I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to start meal prepping instead of eating out. I'm going to stop smoking cigarettes and stop drinking alcohol and stop partying and actually invest into a family, invest into a partner. These are all things, guys, that will make you authoritative in your own life. When you just kind of let your everyday actions turn into decisions that are strictly made off of, a feeling. Like, a lot of people act on feeling. And when you act on feeling, you get shitty results. Like, it's about the long game, guys. It's about the long haul. So I'm going to get started in today's episode. We're going to have a fire 10 to 15 minute episode today on building authority and why building authority in your own life is something that you fucking need, that all of us need in order to accomplish our goals. There's no accomplishing goals without building fucking authority. Straight the fuck up. You're not going to accomplish any goal in life, any goal that you have in life, whether fitness related or not, you will not accomplish it if you do not take authority. Authority means, I'm going to step in and take control of my life, take control of taking action on my goals. I'm taking authority on that. I am the authoritator in my own life. Chance, I decided I'm going to quit my job and go all in with my online coaching business. That was my decision. I took the authority and said, fuck that. I'm not happy. I think I'm going to do better over here. I think I feel better and I'm happier when I serve people through health and fitness. And that's what I did. Did I take a pay cut? Yes. Did I sacrifice a lot? Yes. Is it scary? Yes. But guys, it's about leaning and stepping into your fear. You don't get anything worth substance in life without taking a little bit of risk. Like my parents named me Chance, not only because I was conceived in Las Vegas, right? Biggest gambling capital in the world, but I literally was my parents' opportunity, their chance of starting a family. So I feel it's my obligation to live up to that name, to take a chance on myself, to take a chance that if I step into my authority, I can fucking do anything. So we're gonna. I always do this every single live. I get on here and I start preaching, and then I forget to count down into the podcast. So I'm gonna go live here, and we're just gonna pick up where we just left off. We're going live in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode on the Relentless Life podcast. I'm your host, Chance Galloway, Coach Chance in the building, and I'm super fired up to deliver today's message to you guys, building authority. We're going to be talking about building authority in your own life with your fitness goals, with your meals, and not only that, guys, but with relationships, with work, with business, with your career, with anything in life. If you want to achieve anything and you want to have fulfillment and you want to be happy, and you want to have more out of life because you know you're willing and you're deserving of it, you've got to take authority. And taking authority is taking action, Taking action. Without taking action, everything we talk about here on the podcast is garbage. It doesn't matter. It's not practical, right? So without that consistent action and without taking authority, everything we speak about here is thrown away. It doesn't matter. And that's exactly what being an authoritative person in your own life is stepping into the person you're supposed to become. Is saying, I, Chance, or I, Nancy, or I, Evan, I'm the one. I'm the one that's going to make it happen for myself. Nobody else is going to step into my life, hold my hand, and say, this is where you have to go. That's not how life works. Life is a very nasty and mean, and it can be very evil and very unfair world. But it's up to us to see the value in what we have to offer enough to step in and lean in to our authority and to being an authoritative person, right? Think about a relationship. Think about relationships. I'll give you guys an example with me and my girlfriend. We dated for a year and a half the first time. Things didn't work out, and a large reason for this was because I wasn't happy and she wasn't happy. We were both, first of all, we weren't communicating, right? That's a huge one in a relationship, but we both weren't feeling like we had control over our own life. And when you can't, when you feel that way, when you're in a relationship and you feel like you're not in control of certain things or certain decisions, or you're not working the job that you love, or you're just not happy, that's going to transpire and carry on into your relationship. And this is why so many people, parents, adults, or just couples get divorced or break up. It's because they're not happy in their own shoes. They're not happy in their own bodies. And then they're pissed off with themselves for being so insecure, not having the self-confidence, and not having the authority to say, fuck it, I'm going to commit to myself, whether it's quitting my job and going all in on a small business, or committing to my fitness goals, or whatever it is. That is why most people don't succeed in relationships nowadays. It's because individually, people are unhappy as fuck. And they're not stepping in and leaning in to who they're really supposed to be. We all have a calling. I'm a firm believer that God put me here for a reason. I'm grateful to God. Every day I say, God, thank you for waking me up. Am I in pain? Yes. Has it been going on for 7 years? Yes, it has. Does it hurt? Yes. Do I break down a lot? Fuck yeah. But God decided that I was worth the fight to wake me up another day. And there are guys my age, there are people younger than me that don't have that opportunity, that are diagnosed with something and they only have a few years to live, or they only have a few months to live. So every day we wake up, we need to say, God, thank you. Thank you for giving me another opportunity. I am grateful. I am blessed. And I'm going to take that blessing and I'm going to realize, holy shit, I need to step into my authority. I need to step and lean in to who I'm supposed to be. And I'm going to commit to myself today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, but today, right now. If you guys are someone who struggles with decisions, I know exactly how you feel. My entire life, I'm a Libra, guys. And I don't know if it's Libras, because my sister and I have talked about this before. We're born one day apart. She's September 28th. I'm September 29th. We're born one day apart, and the way we think is very similar, right? With those charts and the terrestrial charts and all that shit, Libra, and I don't follow that, but get what I'm saying. We're very similar with how we think. And the way we think is we're bad at making decisions. I'm not a good decision maker. So if you're bad at making decisions, I can relate to that. I can understand where you're coming from. But for the longest time, I let this inability to make decisions and be decisive fuck me, because I was never able to commit to something. You know, I would start all these projects and I could never commit to just one thing. Or I was so afraid of committing to something because of the what ifs, right? There's always what ifs. There's, what ifs or an excuse. I always had an excuse or a what if for why I didn't commit to something. There was always that reason for me. I always had a hard time committing. And that's because I was not the authority I needed at that time. I wasn't being an authoritative person in my life. And it kills people's dreams. Every day, people are sleeping on their dreams. They're staying asleep. They're going through the constant cycle of life. And this is killing people's dreams, guys. It's so sad because people are literally dying on the inside because they're not taking authority in their own fucking life. Being an authority, when you're an authority in your life, you're an alpha. That's what I like to preach that to my clients is, in order to be relentless, you've got to have an alpha mindset, meaning that no matter what happens, I take responsibility for my actions. I take responsibility for the outcome of my life. Everything that has happened to you guys today, you might not have been able to control it happening to you, but you sure as hell can control what happens after that. How do you react to what happens to you? Instead of making life about what happens to you, make it about how you react to what happens to you. That's what many people are missing in life. You're missing the point of being an authority. Take responsibility. Get fucking angry. Get pissed. You guys deserve success. You deserve happiness. You deserve to feel good in your own skin. And I'm fucking sick and tired of people using words like I'm trying and hopefully next month and maybe if I can get the money and maybe if I can find the time and maybe if my wife allows me, right? You have all of these fucking excuses. You manifest why you can't do something. Yet you're telling me you want to do it. You're telling, and I believe that you want to do it because you're saying that, but you don't want it bad. You don't want it bad enough. You don't want that goal. You don't want that body. You don't want that job or that relationship or that person. You don't want it bad enough because if you did, you would stop making fucking excuses. Plain and simple, cut and dry. I used to be that person that made excuses. I worked at my family roofing company for over 3 years. And I had every opportunity to invest in myself sooner. It's not like I didn't have the money. I had the money, but I was scared that I would make an investment that I wouldn't make my money back on. Instead, I should have just said, I'm all in. This is what I want to do. This is what's going to make me happy. And I trust that I'm going to step in to my authority. I trust that I'm going to build authority with my brand, with my business, and with myself, that no matter what comes my way, I will make shit happen and I will be successful. And you guys have to have the same mentality when it comes to your bodies, when it comes to building a new mindset. You've got to step in and lean in to who you're supposed to become. We're all on a journey. We're all supposed to be a certain person, and we're not there yet, right? Maybe we're 20, maybe we're 25 or 30 or even 40 or 50, right? Or even you're in your 60s or 70s, right? I never believe your journey's over until your journey's over. As long as you wake up, you're still on your journey. And as long as you're on your journey, you have opportunity. And we are always chasing who we're supposed to become. So what we have to do to become that person in 5 to 10 years from now, is we need to start acting the way that person would act. And that person is going to be much more of an authority than who we are now. I'm 25. So I'm trying to act like how I should be when I'm 35. Whose Champ's going to be when he's 35 years old and 10 years from now? Who am I going to be like? How am I going to act? What am I going to think? What am I going to have? How happy am I going to be? Right? What's going to inspire me at 35? Probably my wife and my kids, right? What's going to make my heart tick? What's going to make me get up in the morning? I have to think of those things now so that I can prepare myself to take the necessary actions to step into who that person is going to be. It's not who I want to be, it's who I am going to be. And that is taking and building authority. I'm saying that is the person I'm supposed to become. And I know what I have to do to get there. It's now just about taking action. And taking action is about building authority. Say, I'm the motherfucking one. I'm going to take responsibility for my life and for who I want to be. Who's my hero? I already told you guys that's me in 10 years when I'm 35 years old. What kind of body do I want to have? What kind of mindset do I want to have? How much money do I want to have in my bank account? How happy do I want to be in my marriage? Right? How much traveling do I want to do? What kind of life do I want to give my kids? These are all questions that you guys have to ask yourself too, that relate to your life. Like, what questions do you need to ask yourself that relate to what you want? What are your goals? What do you have to do? What kind of work do you have to put in to lose 20 pounds of belly fat, or to gain 15 pounds because your whole life you struggled with gaining weight? These are the questions you guys have to start asking yourself, because if you don't, another year is going to go by and you're going to be the same fucking person. And I don't know about y'all, but that's not what I want out of life. I don't want the years to tick by and to remain the fucking same. Life is not about remaining the same. Life is about growing, and life is about pushing past obstacles to become a better version of ourselves. And by being the authority and by building authority in your own life, by thinking about your future life and thinking about your future self and asking those questions, you're going to be much happier. You're going to be much happier, much more fulfilled when you're 10 years down the road and you've already built that authority. You're now living that life that you used to envision when you were 25. And you're much happier in comparison to if you didn't ask those questions. If you didn't ask those questions and now you're 35 years old, or you're 10 years older from however old you are now, and you're not that person you knew you were supposed to become, think of how fucking pissed you are going to be at yourself. Think of how depressed you're going to be. I mean, I don't know about you guys. You might not think about this now. I genuinely every day, I think about the same thing every day. One day, when I'm very, very old, very, very gray, when I'm with my wife and we look back on our life, I don't want to be the old motherfucker that looks back and that is disappointed. That's one thing that I'm so scared of, is being disappointed in myself. I want to be able to look back and know I gave every ounce of effort, every ounce of chance into what I did, into my clients, into my business, into my family, into my life. that I am so proud at the age of 80 or 90 or 100 or 120. I don't put limits on age. I know I can live to whatever age I set my mind to, right? As long as God wants me to be here for that long enough time. But I don't put limits on myself. And you guys shouldn't either. But and like I said, I don't want to be the person looking back, being disappointed. I want to look back and know I fucking gave every ounce of myself, every ounce of my effort to change the world, to serve God, and to be a good man. And I want that for you guys too, but it doesn't start with you guys sitting on your ass watching Netflix every day after working 10 hours at a job that you fucking hate and not going to the gym and trying to work towards a body that you actually want and investing in things like a $5 journal to affirm your mornings every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, you've got to invest in things that make you stronger mentally. When you can become stronger mentally, your body will soon follow. And it's about building authority. When you build authority, those things start to happen. Those changes start to happen. Then you're able to, after 3 months or 4 months of investing 2 or 3 hours a week into your side hustle, you're now able to go part-time. Now your side hustle's making enough money to where you don't have to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week anymore in your full-time job. You're now able to focus more energy on this, and this makes you happy. This allows you to fill your cup up. This allows you to change the world in your own way, no matter how big or small it is. And the same principle applies to the gym. If you guys want to lose weight, if you guys want to gain weight, if you just want to tone up, if you just want to become healthier, it starts with being an authority and saying, I'm not eating out anymore. I will make a change. I will improve my blood pressure. I will lose 10 pounds by the end of this month. Like, say that shit, lean into it, affirm that shit every morning. You have to step into it and you have to build that authority. If you guys are hearing me, I want you guys that are in this live right now, Facebook, Instagram, we got some people on here right now. Type in the comments, I will be the authority in my own life. I want to see it from a few people. I will become, I want you guys to say this, I will become the authority in my life. I will become the authority in my life. No more will you guys let other people determine who you're supposed to be in the next 5 to 10 years. You're done. There's no more of that shit. It's your life. You guys watching this, it is your life. It is your time to prove to yourself, fuck everybody else, fuck everyone else's opinions. You don't need validation from the haters. It is time for you to lean in to who you're supposed to be in the next 5 to 10 years. I will become the authority in my own life. I want to see it. I will become the authority in my own life. I claim it. I claimed it. I've already began to claim it because I quit my full-time job. I've taken a risk. I stepped and leaned into my fear. And I know that with the pressure, there's no way that God is going to let me fail. I said, God, use me as your vessel. Use me to change lives. Put me in a direction. Put me on a path to help change other people. And it's that, and through health, through fitness, through accountability, through mindset, through prayer, through affirmations. God, please give me the power, give me the strength to change one person's life today. Help me change one new person's life today, Lord, and let them see the value in living a healthy and fit lifestyles. Let them feel what I feel. Let them have the change and let them experience what I've experienced from embarking on my own journey. That is what it takes to build authority. You have to stand up and you have to say, I'm the fucking one. God, I know I'm the one. You wouldn't have woken me up today if I wasn't the one. Step into your fear, guys. Lean in to your fear and build authority. Take action. Who do you want to be in the next 5 to 10 years? Think about how you would think. Think about how you would feel. Think about what you want to have. Think about the emotions that you want to feel in that time. You have to build authority. You have got to build authority because nobody else is going to help you and motivate you to build that authority. It's got to be you. It's got to be you. God give me the authority to have the best day of my entire life. God, give me the authority to change somebody's life today. God, give me the authority, the power, the strength, the wisdom, the encouragement to live up to who I am supposed to become. God, I love you, and I am so grateful for you waking me up this morning. God, may I change another life. May I change the way the internet sees motivation, the way the internet sees you. God, give me that strength. Give me that allowance. Give me that abundance, Lord. Let me step into my fears. Let me feel your love. Let me feel your passion and your desire and your wisdom, Lord. And let me express that limitless mindset, Lord, to somebody on live and to somebody on the podcast here, Lord. Please hear my prayer and let this prayer reflect into somebody's life today, Lord. That is what you need to build authority. That is what you need to build authority. That's how you need to speak. You don't have to believe in God. I myself am a Christian man, and I walk my best. I am a sinner. I am not perfect, but I try my best to walk as straight of a path as possible. And of course, I'm going to be shaken off that path. Of course, God knows I'm not perfect, but God knows that I try my ass off. God knows that I have a calling, that it's him calling me to do what I'm doing. And I need you guys to get this message today, that building an authority is what you're missing in your life to commit to your goals. That is it, guys. That's all I have for you today. I want you guys to receive this message, receive this abundant message from God, from me, from whoever. I say that because God is speaking through me today. I feel God's presence. I feel God's love, and I feel God's worship. And I need you guys to feel the same thing that I feel, this abundant mindset, this abundant emotion, and this authority that you have got to build if you want to be that person in 10 years. If you want to be that person, if that person is your hero truly and you believe it to your fucking core, you have got to ask God, God, please put me on the right path. God, please let me manifest positivity today. Let me manifest optimism, and let me help change the life of one more person today. You guys have to feel this energy. You are limitless. You are unstoppable. And damn it, guys, you are fucking relentless. You can do anything you set your mind to. Get your mind right. Build authority. Be that person in your life. Nobody is coming to save you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope this inspires somebody to go take action and to build authority and to be that person needed to live a better life. Much love, much respect. I will see you guys tomorrow, 12 p.m. Let's go. Guys, that was freaking awesome. I felt that at the end. You guys could see my emotion. Sometimes with these lives and these podcasts, I'm going to be completely honest with anyone on here right now. As you guys know, Titan, stop. Stop, buddy. Seriously. Babe, I see her on here. Titan is like been freaking out today for no reason. But guys, as you know, as I was just speaking, I am in a lot of pain. I'm in a lot of discomfort. And it's very difficult for me to consolidate my thoughts sometimes, especially in the beginning before my mind knows what I want to speak about. When I looked up to God and I felt something, and I received it. I received that energy. I received that love and that message, and it allowed me to speak through my pain. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. That's something I just experienced here on live. I didn't prepare for that last 5 minutes of me looking up at the heavens and feeling God's love and feeling God's energy and trying to transpire that to you guys on live here. I didn't know that was going to happen, but it is very hard for me, guys, to get on here every day, Monday through Friday at the same time, and push past my pain. But I do it because I know that this message of living the relentless life has to get to more fucking people. This is my mission, guys. I'm all in with it. Like, you guys literally don't understand. I quit a full-time job that had all the benefits, full paid 2-week vacation, like truck, phone, gas, everything, a great salary. Guys, I was making close to 6 figures at 23 years old. Like, straight up. I had a great package. And I said, as much as this is as desirable as this is for 99% of guys my age, I have to walk away. because it's not what God has intended for me. God didn't want me to be on this earth to do that. God wants me to stand here and to tell you guys that you have got to take action and you've got to be relentless, and that Coach Chance has your back. And that's why I'm building this program. The Relentless Life is built for men who know they deserve more, for men who are struggling, who are depressed or have dealt with anxiety or have lacked self-confidence for too long, that they no longer feel they're worthy of making a change. That's why I'm here. That's why God made me invest over $3,000 into an online mentorship program to teach me how to properly go about growing an online business. That's why God gave me the strength and the desire to step into the fear of, what if this doesn't work? What if this doesn't work? And I did it. And I said, I have to do this. I have to give everything up and I have to go all in. So, and I don't see Steven in here. Maybe he's still sleeping. My man Steven's usually in here by now. He'll probably be on by late. He'll see the replay. But that's it, guys. I don't see many comments in here today. It's been a great live, guys. I enjoy doing these so much. If you guys I want to know something from anyone in here right now. If you guys are either watching on replay or you're watching this live or you're listening, well, the podcast, I did the podcast. I always forget that. I want to know if you guys enjoyed that last part of my discussion there when I was kind of praying and like getting into that more Christian prayer side of things in regards to like speaking. I want to know who likes that. Like, is that something you guys want to see me do more? Because like I said, I didn't plan on doing that, but I felt very called to do that here today on camera. And it just felt something like I had to do. My whole life, I've always been the kid or the guy to pray at the family dinner table, or even around like other people, I would pray. And I just felt like this calling to spread God's love. So if that's something that you guys want me to speak more about on here, I would really appreciate you guys letting me know, because I really do feel comfortable saying that and feeling God's energy and expressing that to you guys here on camera. So that was kind of, I wanted to run that by you guys to see what you thought of that, because I am very Christian. I am very one with God. My whole life, I've always prayed. I've always had a relationship with God, whether I was in church or not. And I know a lot of you guys out there are probably the same way. You know, a lot of my followers and anyone watching or listening to this podcast might be the same way. So that's all I have. That's it. That's all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys were watching this and you made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to hop onto live here. And just, it means the world to me. It means the world that I'm actually speaking to people and that I'm delivering a message to not just nobody, but there's people on here listening. So much love to you guys. I hope you guys have the best Monday of your entire life. Set the tone today for the rest of the week. It's all about setting the tone on Monday so that you guys have the best fucking week of your entire life. Peace, love. I will see you guys tomorrow at 12 p.m. You guys can catch the whole podcast on Spotify or the Apple Podcast app. We'll talk soon. Let's go.